What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Carolina Panthers Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram, coming at you here on the U to the Tube. So, for this video, I just wanted to talk about both recent signings of Frankie Luvu and Ian Thomas, both getting extensions. And I just wanted to go into a little bit of detail and kind of give my thoughts on both of these re-signings. So let's get started. Let's first start with Frankie Luvu. Frankie Luvu was definitely one of the ones I was hopeful for him to come back, and indeed, the Carolina Panthers are bringing him back for a 2-year, $9 million deal. And apparently he will have a $3 million signing bonus. So, had 1 year this past season with Carolina, did such a good job, decided to give him an extension, 2 more year extension. And you know what? I definitely believe he deserves it. Definitely deserves it. He's only 25 years old, and of course, he spent his career with the Jets at first. But you know what? He came to the Carolina Panthers and really made a statement. Made a statement with the team. And to the point where I felt like what he's done, on the defense and also on special teams as well, I felt definitely warranted him coming back. His final stats for the 2021 season with Carolina, he finished with a total of, he played in 16 games, finished with a total of 43 tackles, had 26 solo tackles, 17 assists. He had 1.5 sacks. He had a 1 forced fumble and 3 fumble recoveries. So very active there. He has a pass deflected as well. So he was very active and definitely made some key plays for Carolina. And like I said, 3 fumble recoveries along with a forced fumble. The dude definitely made an impact with Carolina. So this was a linebacker I was definitely hoping they bring back. And thankfully they did. So we get Frankie Luvu 2 more years. And like I said, I look forward to seeing him both in the lineup as well as on special teams. He's done well on both of those sides, and he brought an energy and intensity to this team that I feel like fans can appreciate. So I really look forward to Frankie Luvu's return to Carolina. So thumbs up for this signing, indeed. And then the other extension goes to Ian Thomas, tight end Ian Thomas. Now, I have mixed feelings about this, but let's get into some details with this deal. So Ian Thomas is getting a 3-year contract worth $16.5 million. So he's getting $6.435 million in cash the first year, and is getting a $8 million fully guarantee. So, pretty big contract for Ian Thomas. And so far, he's played his whole career so far with the Carolina Panthers. This year, not really a whole lot. Played in all 17 games, 18 catches out of 30 targets, 188 yards, no touchdowns. His longest was a 41-yard reception. Averaged 10.4 yards a catch. Well, in his career with Carolina, he has a total of 90 receptions, of 140 targets, 802 yards, 4 touchdowns. And he's fumbled once. So, going into this season, this upcoming season will be his 5th year. He's played all 4 of his seasons with Carolina Panthers from 2018 to 2021. Like I said, another 25-year-old, another young guy. Here's my thing with this. Now, his article with on Panthers.com, one of the things that was talked about is that he's evolved into a reliable blocker and is walking into a revamped offense. And apparently, Ben McAdoo, the team offensive coordinator, the new team offensive coordinator, runs a system that's very friendly and heavy for tight ends. And it looks like the main ones that we have to look forward to are now Ian Thomas and, of course, our rookie Tommy Tremble from Notre Dame. And then we still have Stephen Sullivan, Giovanni Ricci, and Colin Thompson, the other tight ends that are also under contract. Okay. Here are my thoughts on Ian Thomas. Because I know there's a lot of bad, a little bit of good, but a lot of bad. I'll say this. One, I like Ian Thomas. I feel like the plays he has made shows that, he can block. And he's got good hands. I will say that. I think he has potential to evolve. My thing is, one, I don't think he's gotten a lot of opportunities to really show what he can do. Especially when, two of the seasons played under Matt Rule. And, a system that hasn't really been tight end heavy or tight end friendly. Because, when you think about it, he didn't get a whole lot of... he got 30 targets. 30 targets this season, it's not a whole lot. And then, only had 18 catches. Let me see how much Tommy Tremble had. Because I'm curious. Let me see how much Tommy Tremble had. You see now, Tommy Tremble, he played in one less game. So he played in 16 games. 20 catches, targeted 35 times, 180 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. His longest was 30 yards. And, of course, he does have 1 rushing touchdown as well. But, tight ends, between him and Ian Thomas, wasn't really targeted as much as we'd hope for. Especially you look at somebody like, Cam Newton when he played and, just how many targets Greg Olsen got and such. Even in the history of tight ends that we've had, whether it's Greg Olsen or Ed Dixon or Jeremy Shockey or Chris Mangum, Wesley Walls, we've usually gotten the tight ends very involved. Dante Rosario, we usually get them very involved. But, with Ian Thomas, Tommy Tremble, I just don't feel like they've gotten a lot of opportunities this season. And, of course, last season. Of course, Tommy Tremble, this was only his first year. But that's one thing I just want to express. I don't believe Ian Thomas has really gotten a lot of opportunities. Especially in a system that is not tight end heavy. And that may change with Ben McAdoo running this offense, which I hope to see Ian Thomas and Tommy Tremble get a lot more involved, especially in the passing game. Tommy Tremble can pretty much do it all. Ian Thomas is starting to evolve into a blocking tight end, but he can make those catches. But what really stands out to me is Ian Thomas's contract. 3-year, $16.5 million. That is way too much. Way too much. I like Ian Thomas. I think there's potential. But that's a way too big of a contract for him. Way too big. Way too big. And honestly, I feel like this may be the Panthers organization shooting themselves in the foot with this type of contract. I mean, like I said, I don't mind him coming back. Like I said, I don't dislike the guy. But that's way too big of a contract. Way too big. Way too big. So, I mean, he's gotten better at blocking. Doesn't really have the stats to show usage in the receiving game. Because, I mean, I don't know. That's just my take on it. I mean, he got a little bit of shine in his rookie year. 36 catches, 333 yards, 2 touchdowns, 49 targets. But they've been in the 30 range after that year. So, he's played most of his career, pretty healthy. But I don't know. It'd be nice to see the targets increased. But I mean, I get it. I get a lot of the frustration and understanding with this signing. But at the same time, my big problem with it is too big of a contract. That's really my big problem. Because I don't mind Ian Thomas and Tommy Tremble. Although a lot of people would probably have gone with Dan Arnold over Ian Thomas, which is totally understandable. Definitely understandable. But, I mean, like I said, I don't dislike the guy. I think he's decent. I think he can, evolve if given more opportunities. But for his stats and the contract, it doesn't really fit the contract. $16.5 million? Nah, too much. But I gotta be honest though, the free agency, the re-signing that we've done so far really haven't been hype. I mean, we're bringing back PJ Walker. I mean, bringing back JJ Jansen for a year. I mean, Frankie Luvu, so far has really been the big thumbs up signing. And, Ian Thomas, like I said, I don't mind him coming back, but that's way too big of a contract. Way too big of a contract. So, I feel like overall, so far, the only real nice signing that we've done so far is bringing back Frankie Luvu. And looking at this, which this is where the bad news and such comes. Honestly, looking at the signings so far, I really don't have a lot of hope that we're going to be bringing back a Hassan Reddick or a Stephon Gilmore or a Dante Jackson or even a Zane Gonzalez. I don't see it. And they're already trying to come up with trade talks and try to figure out possibly how they could trade and land Kirk Cousins, which, I don't have anything against Kirk Cousins, but it's really going to depend on what has to go, what has to be given up to get Kirk Cousins. So that's really my only concern. But I don't know, y'all. Just we'll have to wait and see. I mean, anything can happen, but it's been kind of a weak grade with these re-signings. Like I said, Frankie Luvu is really the only nice one so far. But yeah. Guess we'll just have to see what happens. We'll have to see what happens. But let me know what y'all's thoughts are on these two signings. Yeah. We'll see what happens. But like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video. And thank you so much for watching. For another Carolina Panthers talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the 2. I'm your host, Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed weekend, and I will see y'all soon. Peace.